Sponsored by rxcardclub.com. Get a free prescription drug card and save up to 85% on prescription drugs. rxcardclub.com. Is meningitis contagious and how do you catch it? Meningitis can be contagious, and people with weak immune systems are especially vulnerable. Some types of meningitis are not contagious, spread from person to person. Meningitis is an inflammation or infection of the meninges, the protective layers of tissue between the brain and the skull. /r/n/r/n You can take general precautions to lower your risk of developing contagious or non-contagious types of meningitis. If you might be exposed to someone who has meningitis or if you have a weak immune system, you can follow some additional safety tips. /r/n/r/n/Is69, Getty Imagesrnrn Though meningitis isn't common, it isn't rare either, and it has different types and causes. Some germs that cause infectious meningitis are contagious, meaning they can spread from one person to another. However, several types of infectious and non-infectious meningitis don't spread from person to person. /r/n/r/n Contagious meningitis infections include /r/n/r/n People infected with meningitis may be contagious, able to transmit the illness to others, in the 7 days before they display any symptoms. They can no longer transmit the infection 24 hours after effective antibiotic therapy. /r/n/r/n The incubation period, time between exposure and displaying symptoms, is typically 3 to 4 days, with a range of 1 to 10 days. Symptoms include /r/n/r/n Most germs that cause meningitis can also cause non-meningitis illnesses. You can get meningitis even from exposure to someone who had other effects of an infection, and you might experience other effects of an infection even if the person you caught it from had meningitis. /r/n/r/n Meningitis that isn't contagious, transmitted from human to human, includes these types. /r/n/r/n Anyone can develop an infectious form of meningitis. Still, this type of infection is more likely to affect people with weak immune systems or those who have not been vaccinated against the common germs that cause meningitis. /r/n/r/n People who are at a higher risk of meningitis include /r/n/r/n It's also important to note that even if you have been vaccinated, a weakened immune system can decrease the vaccine immunity you developed when you had a healthy immune system. /r/n/r/n Different bacteria, viruses, and other microbes spread in different ways. These include /r/n/r/n When exposed, the body may fight off the germ, or the germ may infect the throat, lungs, stomach, intestines, ears, or nervous system. /r/n/r/n According to one survey, cause groups were /r/n/r/n Non-polio enteroviruses are the most common cause of meningitis, accounting for 51.6% of cases. Nasal secretions and feces spread these viruses, but they do not cause meningitis in most people who contract them. /r/n/r/n You can minimize the spread of meningitis. A first step you can take is to get all recommended vaccinations and boosters so you don't acquire the germs and spread them to others. Vaccines are available for these viruses and bacteria that may cause meningitis. /r/n/r/n If you think you might be at risk of exposure, you should. /r/n/r/n If you or someone in your household has meningitis, you can take care of your loved one, but you also need to stay safe. /r/n/r/n If your immune system is weak due to illness or immunosuppressive medication, avoiding germs is important. /r/n/r/n Things you can do include /r/n/r/n Some types of meningitis are contagious, but there are things you can do to help protect yourself. If you have a healthy immune system, avoid close contact with anyone who has meningitis or even anyone who has a contagious infection of any kind. /r/n/r/n Getting your recommended vaccinations, eating healthy, and getting enough rest are all important strategies for helping your immune system fight off harmful germs that can cause infection. /r/n/r/n If you have a weak immune system, you may want to stay away from crowded places, wear a face mask if you can't, wash your hands, and sanitize clothes or surfaces that could be contaminated. Meningitis can be dangerous, so taking precautions for yourself and your family is important. /r/n/r/n, rxcardclub.com. Get a free prescription drug card and save up to 80% on prescription drugs.